Next one are what are called Low Commitment Consultations. And if you are not familiar with those, they are a 1 to 2 hour consultation with you where the client discusses what they want to do with their project. They're often sold as a kind of workshop experience. And the general pitch on what the client gets goes like this. You get a visit to your property or via Zoom if there are COVID-19 or site restrictions. An appraisal of the property in terms of your brief and aspirations, planning and environment. Designing and developing concept design layouts and thumbnail sketches of ideas for your renovation, extension or new build. Through a workshop style session, we will evaluate these concepts with you. We will discuss, amongst other things, cost calculations, project budgets, permits, fees, required special consultants, builder selection, timeframes, cost control, pitfalls to avoid, energy efficiency, sustainability and well-being. We will provide you with a fee proposal to take your project from concept through to completion on site. And at the end of this session, we will combine all of the above into a package presentation in PDF format. In fact, this is the exact verbiage I've seen on a lot of architects' websites, and the fees for this is around $1,500 or so. So the pros here is you can get decent money for a couple of hours work. Also, they are very easy to fulfill. Again, it only takes a couple of hours. You can also demonstrate your expertise right in front of the client niche, or in front of the client, which also enables you to build rapport with them. And they are a good way to show competence and get your foot in the door to get the rest of the project. Remember, when it comes to affluent clients, you need to sell you as much as your services, so they will be appraising you as a person too. But the reality is that these don't work too well with affluent clients either. Firstly, time is an affluent client's #1 commodity. And the most important trait to look for in an architect, or indeed anyone they hire, is competence. What competence means is that the architect gets the job done to the highest possible standard with minimal input of their time. These low commitment consultations are framed as a 1 to 2 hour workshop. So that implies time and work on the client's behalf. And that's not a great place to start. Secondly, the deliverables are terrible. Thumbnail concepts scribbled together in 1 to 2 hours and then sent to you as a PDF is an awful deal. If I'm going to spend a fortune on a new home and an architect, then the bloody well better be giving me something better than scribbles on a 2 hour call. And then it also invites the equation into a potential client's head. $1,500 equals a PDF, and that's not great positioning. Thirdly, one of the selling points here is education. Affluent clients don't feel they need educating on permits, how to hire builders, timeframes, pitfalls to avoid. That's what they pay you for. And we have repeatedly said over and over again, clients don't care about process and how you deliver your services. They don't care it no more than they care about how the mechanic fixes their Ferrari. All they care about is the final finished house. And the only deliverable here that remotely touches on that are the awful thumbnail sketches. Also, are these things logical, emotional, or physical? Are they things the affluent client wants to know versus what the architect wants them to know? I'll leave you to answer that. And the fourth disadvantage is the 1 to 2 hour time limit itself. High-end homes deserve time and commitment on the part of the architect as far as the affluent client is concerned. This is something they have probably dreamt about their whole life. Trying to distill all this into a 2 hour session is a borderline insult. Plus, it's very difficult to get away from the fact that this is selling time for money. If the fee is $1,500, then that's $750 per hour for a 2 hour workshop. The last thing you want is your offer to be positioned as time for money. It needs to be positioned as a ridiculous value for money, which can't be done if you allow a time comparison. On top of that, in the potential client's head, they are paying $750 an hour for a PDF, which isn't great.